Hey, YouTube friend. What's up, everybody? Gamers and YouTube viewers. This is Rain Phoenix coming again. This is a video I've been trying to put together for a minute. And it's just really hard because my PS3 is not signing in. That's what hindered me from doing this video. So I can't download the games that I have on my download list until my stupid PlayStation 3 signs in. And at the time, it just keeps saying, please wait, no matter how many times. I've updated it. I've done everything I know to do. It's not signing me into my PlayStation. But I don't want to prolong this video anymore because I got somebody looking for, it's a couple of you actually looking forward to this video. And also, I considered, I'm going to do my top favorite 5 video games. I'm going to include Silent Hill 1 through 4 as one game because they all, unlike Resident Evil and Fatal Frame, all of them took place in one place. All of them took place in one city. And that's why I'm including I'm using Silent Hill as one game because they all took place in one area, Silent Hill. So without further ado, here's my top 5 favorite games. Not for the PlayStation or Nintendo, just my top my top 5 favorite horror games, period. 1 being Silent Hill. As you see, I'm about to boot up, and you see, it won't let me sign in. This is what's hindering me from getting into here. You see, I have Silent Hill, the first one. And for some reason, I can't get in here. This is what's hindering me. And when I try to sign in, it just does this forever. So I think I have to go into my system settings. I don't want to wait. I don't want to waste time on this. But I know I'm connected. Unless I gotta, I gotta replace my cord again. I've bought a new cord. I don't know what it is. But I don't want to hinder this video any longer. I was supposed to come out with this video in October. And then I said I was going to do it last week, and I never got a chance to. But the second game in this franchise, I'm including it as one game, is Silent Hill 2, which is another one of my favorite games. It's in my PlayStation right now, but I do have all the Silent Hill soundtracks to this. I took all the Silent Hill songs, compressed them. I had a friend do this for me. Silent Hill 1, 2, 3, and 4 all on this disc. So, and I keep it in here. But the disc is currently in my PlayStation 3 right now because I was playing it. And I wish I could. Well, I can, really. I actually can. This is so deeply not defound, I don't know what I was going to say, but this is so deeply in traction with all of their originality. They never deviated from their original monsters. They never deviated from their original design. They kept everything. The name is Silent Hill, and that's where it takes place. Resident Evil went all over the place. I don't know what the heck went up with that game. I don't know. But this is one of my favorite games. I wanted to get into a little bit of gameplay of both. You know what? I will. I didn't want to get into the gameplay of this because, I couldn't boot up Silent Hill 1, and I have to get back there and switch my Ethernet cord because recently I got back there and I was dusting everything. I was cleaning. I was putting up my wallpaper, and I had to do a lot of cord managing. But I don't know if I can continue because, oh wow, I can. And my PlayStation 3 is quiet as a mouse. And this is where I saved it last. Oh gosh, these tank controls. I forgot how to run. Oh, I hate these tank controls. Okay, everywhere you go is up. I just use the D-pad. Whenever I try to use the analog stick, this happens. Yeah, the analog. When I use the analog stick, that happens. And this is me trying to use the analog stick. He just like I'm holding up, but it's just really hard to control. But if I use, see, I can't remember how to run. I don't remember how to run. But that's Silent Hill 2. Um, I forgot how to do a hard reset. I want to get back to the title screen. Let me see. I'm not even sure how to get back to the... Okay, I'm just going to exit the game and go back in here. But it's one of my favorite games too. Keep in mind, this is in no specific order. The Silent Hill games in order, I would say Silent Hill 3 and 4 are my top two. If I had to pick one, I would say Silent Hill 4 is my favorite one, and then 3, and then 2 and 1. So we're going into here, and we're going to... Now, this Silent Hill I had since launch. This is the first ever copy. Like, I didn't have to go back and look for another copy to buy it. I didn't have to go buy another copy. This is the very first original one that I've ever bought from the store. And every one I get, I put my name on the top of it. So if I ever did trade it, I know how to get back to it. I know which one is mine, but I've never had to get rid of this one. This is one of my favorite Silent Hills also. Forgive the noise in the background. I have people here looking at Home Alone. I want to let this intro play, but I think I will just let the intro play. This game, I think, was in a way ahead of its time for the simple fact that they kept their original story going. They didn't change it. They knew what the fans liked. They knew what people liked, and they kept it the same. No matter how many different people came in and say Silent Hill looking for whatever, they did nothing different. They didn't keep anything. They didn't change away from what they originally did. They didn't call it Silent Hill and then put crazy people in it. They stayed true to their original monster design. I wish I could have showed a little bit of Silent Hill 1. This loading, I forget when I'm playing it. Sometimes I try to take screenshots and I can't. This is when I first beat the game in under 3 hours. This is where I left off at. I don't know why they put this Sailor Moon type of outfit in. I, but I but I can take it. Oops. You could take it off. You can unequip this and it put you back in your regular clothes. And my favorite outfit of hers is the red shirt. I love this red shirt here. She's got a couple of them, but I like this one here. And then I'll equip a weapon. And this feature right here was so awesome. You can walk and aim a gun, any weapon, at the same time. This is such a fun game to play. I just can't remember how to run in any of these games. Okay, this is square. It wasn't square in Silent Hill 2. I don't even remember where I'm supposed to go. But there was a thing where you could, there it is. Yeah, see, I remember a little bit about it. No matter which way you turn, you could, it's supposed to be a 180 turn. I forgot. There it is. Okay. You push 180 and then you hit square. Or no, L2. And it puts the camera right back behind you. This is one of the best, one of my favorite, what made me like this game the most. Because you could really, once you master these controls, you could get out of a tight situation really quick. And once you already knew which way you're going to face, you could just take off running. And you're already running. You know, so Silent Hill 2 was also one of my favorite games. Sorry I couldn't show Silent Hill 1. But logging out of the PS3, I'm going to go into the PS2. So let me boot this up really quick. I think it's already in there. No, it's right here. Silent Hill 4, The Room. I don't have the Silent Hill, the PS2 version of Silent Hill. They had it in a mom and pop's game store for $74, but when I went to get it, it was gone. It didn't last long. And I had SSX3 in there. I don't know why this is so low, but this game is SSX3. We are going to play a little bit of Silent Hill 4, The Room. Take this. Boot up. I don't remember what channel my PS2 was on. Nope. I have to make sure this thing is still connected in too, because there's not a lot of options for my PS2. I had to get an HDMI converter, and this thing is really loose. When I got it, it was loose, so it never really stayed connected in. So give me a minute to connect this sucker in here. And there we are. Where is my PS2 controller? Here we go. Man, this thing has been not used before. I mean, a long time. I have an original PS2 controller, but just instead of looking for it, I got my silver one right here. I can't continue because I don't have a game. I don't care where it is. I'm not going to play it anyway. I'm just going to let a little bit of the intro play. was 2 years ago. There's a face in there, but you can see a guy's face right up in there. This is the eye. This is like the bridge of the nose. That's the other kind of eye in the shadow, and this is like the mouth. It's kind of like looking down. It's really creepy. It's so hard to keep it steady after being on the PS5. And there's another guy's face right there. This looks like the same face that was in the door, but just looking the other way. Oh. Let me put my games back up in here. My music. Yes, I still collect music CDs. If I like the disc, I'm not going to download it all. Only way I do download stuff is to have it on my phone. That's the only way I can get it on my phone and listen to it, as I'm not home. As I'm not able to upload the disc to my phone. Look at this. Creepy crap like that is what made me like Silent Hill. No, I pushed start. I pushed it. It's not, the game didn't skip. Now, I won't play too much through this video. I'll just kind of skip it. As I've gone through videos of Silent Hill 2, 3, and 4, I really regret not being able to do a little bit of 1. These graphics were so top-notch back then. This is really bringing back memories also. Alright, with that being said, I'm going to turn off my PS2. Put my controller back in here. That was Silent Hill 4, The Room. This is like my top favorite Silent Hill. It beat 3 by like 10%, 10 or 5%. It was a tough struggle. But this is my favorite one. Now, that's all one game. I'm including that all as one game. The second game I want to get to is the Resident Evil 1 game. I don't have a copy of that, but it is downloaded on my PS3. But I would have to turn it back on and show it to you. Like I said, those are not in order, but Silent Hill 1 is like, reason I did it first because it's my top favorite 5 games, and it is one game. Like I said, I'm including it as one game because they all take place in Silent Hill. Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3, I'm counting as 3 different games because while they are all Resident Evil games, they take place in different places. Resident Evil 1 took place in Raccoon City, in a mansion. The second Resident Evil took place in the actual Raccoon City. You were out of mansion. You were able to run around everywhere. In the city, not everywhere, but on a set path that the game provided you with. Resident Evil 3, you took place in a Raccoon City still, which is awesome to me. I'm thinking I should include those three as one game too, but then the franchise goes into Resident Evil 4, which is not even in Raccoon City at all. I consider Resident Evil Code Veronica Resident Evil 4 because, for the simple fact, there are zombies there. Even though it's Resident Evil, it still counts as a completely different game. So on that note, I'm including Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3 as one game too. So Silent Hill 1 through 4 is one game. Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3 is one game. Resident Evil Code Veronica is a separate game because it's not in Resident Evil anymore. It took place in a different city, a different country. Another game that is one of my favorites is the not Silent Hill. It's on my wish list. Freaking Fatal Frame. Fatal Frame is my third favorite game in this list, and it made you feel helpless. Like you had to take pictures of ghosts. There was no way to ever defend yourself properly. You could take pictures of a ghost and it would vanish, but then there would always be another ghost. You could shoot zombies and crazy enemies and stuff like that, and deformed figures like in Silent Hill. Like in Silent Hill, you don't know what the enemy was. Like they were deformed mannequin pieces or parts or something. You don't know what they were. They were just monsters. Resident Evil, you could define them as zombies or crazy people lobbing grenades or sticks of dynamite or axes at you. I wish I could go into more video detail for you guys. But my fourth favorite game would have to be... See, I'm stuck between this one too. I would either have to say... When I say Resident Evil 2, before I get into that, when I say Resident Evil 2, I am including the Resident Evil 2 remake and the Resident Evil 3 remake. Where's my remote at? I am I can't talk. I am including the Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes. Ironically, I did not like the Resident Evil 1 remake. I didn't like it. When I explained it to this guy at GameStop, he said I was like a Resident Evil wiki when I went to breaking it down to him. Because I told him the same thing I told a friend of mine. If you look at Night of the Living Dead, Return of the Living Dead, and you look at Chris Redfield and some of the characters, they all represent somebody that Capcom ripped off. I don't have a way to show them to you. I have to get more equipment, and I could do a more in-depth video. But my fourth favorite survival horror game would have been PT, but since it got canceled, I'm gonna go ahead and say that my fourth favorite video. Yeah, I can't talk. My fourth favorite survival horror game is Evil Inside. It was kind of like a PT type of game. It was really, really creepy to me. Evil Inside had me thinking like, man, what were these people thinking? I didn't know what... I'm looking for it on my list so I can bring it up. It was really an interesting game. It's the only game in a long time that gave me one jump scare. and I really hoped that I would run into some more. But no, I only had really one jump scare in it. And it was when you're going through the door and you didn't know the ghost was gonna be there. You turn around and it was just bam right there. You tried to go through the door and it was there. I don't know why I can't find Evil Inside on my list. I have it platinumed. Let me look for it. Hang on. I know it's in my list because I have it platinumed. Evil Inside. And I'll show you a little bit of this too. What is this time on? 26 minutes. Holy crap. This is Evil Inside. You see, as you can see, I've beaten it already. If you haven't never played this game, I strongly urge you to go play this. They tell you to turn out the lights and stuff like that, but as for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna leave it here.
And we have breaking news that arrives from the north of the state of Oregon.
I don't want to. Okay, I thought I'd be able to skip this, but apparently I can't skip this. Okay, I'm trying to keep this video short, and I'm already in the 26 minutes. But my fifth and final favorite video survival horror game is a tie between freaking Outlast and freaking I have to click on this. Where's my horror games at? God bless me, excuse me. I don't really consider The Last of Us as a horror game. You guys may ask or think in your mind, why didn't you include Last of Us? Because it's not, to me, it's not really a horror game. It is. I love the monsters in Last of Us. It just never gave me any real jump scares. It never made me feel like I was, didn't want to play the game because I was too nervous to or something. But that being said, I would have to say my fifth favorite game is a tie between Last of Us and Outlast and freaking Evil Within 2. Evil Within 2 to me is not really a scary game, but it just made me feel like, I was in a city, had to figure out some places to go. When you found out a place, there was a bunch of puzzles, which I didn't like. But at the same time, there was these monsters that were indescribable. Like, you don't know what kind of monsters they are. Like Silent Hill, I love playing games where you don't see a resemblance to what the monster could be. So you can't really identify what the monster is. It's not a zombie because it's not eating your flesh. It's not coming after you like that. It's not fighting you to survive. It's fighting you to kill you. Where zombies, they're feeding because they're hungry. Silent Hill is fighting you. Monsters are fighting because they got nurses with freaking scalpels. They don't care about hungry. They're not hungry. They just want to kill you. They want your life ended. They want you out of Silent Hill, or for whatever reason they're attacking you. For the longest time, I didn't understand Pyramid Head. Aside from that, there are some honorable mentions like The Forest. Forest kind of got a horror feel to it. Last of Us, I would say maybe is an honorable mention, and the Callisto Protocol is maybe an honorable mention. Days Gone, there's a bunch of honorable mentions, but I only did 5 because those are the only games that really kind of gave me a little bit of sense of I don't want my lights off. And I'm a hard person to scare as it is. So, that being said, I'm going to get out of here. 30 minutes. Holy crap. I'm going to get out of here and I am going to play some games, or I'm going to sit back and watch some Christmas movies or something like that. I don't know. But thank you guys for coming. I appreciate it. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe or like button. You don't have to, but I appreciate it. You guys have a best day. Be safe. Have a good, fun holiday and stay scared.